Hello and welcome back to the Genuine Fake BoxCast. This is, I believe, episode number 5. So, welcome special guest again, Simon Weston.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on again.
And I think today we're going to start with discussing Zhilei Zhang versus Joyce.
Number two.
The rematch, which is happening this Saturday on the 23rd. So, your thoughts on the first fight, Simon?
Do you know what? It was quite a good fight. Was I surprised? A little bit surprised, but not much. Because Joyce's style is never ever going to change. He thinks his jaw's granite. So
I think we discussed this before, that his main aim was his game plan was going forward. He can take the punch, and then he's got reasonable fire in his hands. He'll just keep going forward. But I think if we summarise, it didn't work.
I mean, take that game plan out. Has he got anything else? No.
We haven't seen it.
He's not any younger, is he? What is he? 30.
I think he's 30-ish, something as
he's
well. Because he was amateur, wasn't he, for quite a long time? Let me just check.
I'm sure he's 35. But
you went far, but he's 38.
38. Wow.
I didn't know that either. Just let me double check. That sounds a bit high. Age of Joyce. That should work. Yeah. 1985, 19th of September. Oh, it's his birthday today.
Oh, there. Happy birthday, Joyce.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yeah, happy late birthday,
belated birthday. No, I don't think his style's effective against certain opponents.
Well, I think it worked against Daniel Dubois, but Dubois was beating him in the boxing match. It's just he was taking the punches and he hurt
I mean,
Dubois.
over a 12-round fight, he's going to wear opponents down. He's going to tire them out because he's going to dishearten them because they're not hurting him. He just keeps coming forward. He has got power. He's a big lad.
He's a big guy.
He has got good amateur pedigree. He looks so slow.
Yeah, well, we've discussed this before, haven't we?
I mean,
before the first
boxers
fight.
have said, but when you fight him, it's deceiving. But watching him, he does look really so slow. When he was talking after the Tyson, I've forgotten who it was. Tyson
But when he's
Fury
talking,
fight.
he looks really. He sounds really slow. It's not like
he jumped on the ring with Tyson Fury and Usyk, didn't he, and put his name in the mix, and you just think Tyson Fury and Usyk could just dance around him.
Yeah.
And I think what Zhang did, his game plan was, I'll stand and trade with you.
I can take a punch too, and I can hit.
I mean, I think Zhang's 40 as well, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, I was just checking his age.
So we're not going to...
They're not spring chickens.
I don't think... The first fight, I think it'll be exactly the same in the second fight. I don't think there's going to see much difference.
I'm pretty much of the same opinion. I'm not sure what he can change.
I think
he
Joyce,
fights the same way.
But it could go the fact that this time Joyce just
catches him and then it goes the other way.
Yeah, I think Joyce could catch him. And I just...
Is there a plan B is basically, I think, what you're trying to get at. And I don't think there is. I think it's the same strategy.
I don't think there's a plan B for Zhang either.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him fight differently. I've seen a few of his fights. But yeah, then is it just going to be like the first where they're just trading blows and then it's who gives up first?
But let's be honest, how entertaining is that?
Yeah, well, that's why we're excited to watch it.
It's a great fight.
Really. It's not the boxing talent that we're it's not like our first few fights where we were excited because their skill level. I think it's more the quality of the fight. And it's even, really.
Yeah,
I think
it's really even. The only thing that is slightly different now is Joyce loses. That's basically it.
Well, at 38, I think it's over. He's not the biggest box office draw, and then who's he going to fight?
You know,
I mean, it could be if the others give up, he's got a chance for a little bit. But
the thing was, if he beat Zhang,
but he's older than Usyk, and he's older than Fury, and he's older than Joshua and Wilder. I think.
I mean, if he beat Zhang in the first fight, then he could have got a bigger fight, maybe a world title shot, or
I think then he was probably due a world title shot,
a big shot against the likes of a Wilder, a Dillian White, or someone like that. This is put him back 6 months, and at that age, you can't be put back 6 months.
And now is also the fact that Zhang knows he can beat him. He knows and now the granite chin myth is gone.
I mean, he didn't knock him out, did he? It was he knocked him down, but it was an eye injury.
It's TKO, isn't it? It's but enough. But I mean, his face was fairly well done in. And then can he recover from that in?
He might just, like you say,
because can he defend any better? Because if he carries on the same way, it's the same result.
Yeah,
I think he's got to have some more movement or some better defense. And then if he goes boring, has he got enough skill and firepower to catch Zhang and beat him? I can't.
Or does he go on a pedal a little bit quicker this time and try and take Zhang out?
If he ups the pace to tire him out. Because Joyce has got quite a good engine, and Zhang does look like...
it's a steady engine, though, Joyce's, isn't it?
Yeah.
He doesn't go through gears. It's a nice...
No, he's always the same pace.
It's a steady pace. Against... If I was going back in there now, I'd just use me jab and footwork and move around Zhang, make him miss and counter.
But you've got to be able to do that.
I don't know, like I say, and at 38... I don't think Joyce can.
He's not going to read learning. He's not 20, 21, whatever, 16, where you can learn.
And he doesn't look like... I don't think he's got that sponge mentality where he can take things in.
Just absorb it, yeah.
It's going to be another good fight, though. It really is. I mean, I enjoyed the first one.
Yeah. I didn't expect to, but it was actually
well, they were
quite
calling
entertaining.
It like a massive upset, weren't they?
Yeah.
But if you look at Zhang, is it really? He's got quite a good record. He's trouble for anyone.
Yeah. I think he gives anybody a fight in the heavyweight division.
If he wins this, he has got a mega fight due to him.
Well, then he is.
An Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder or Andy Ruiz.
Yeah.
I mean...
I think he'd have to go through one of them before he gets to Fury.
I mean, going back even further, I had him beaten Hergovich, to be honest. I did have him beaten Hergovich, even though it was an absolutely stinking fight.
Yeah.
I think he...
I think it was close against Hergovich, and Hergovich, like I said, we've discussed, I think, one of others. He has that little bit where you don't know what he's doing, but he doesn't get, he sort of pulls out a bit of work from nowhere, and just looks disinterested, and then he pulls out a bit more. But he didn't get knocked out. He didn't get it, so it was closer on decision. And I think Hergovich is on the way up, and Zhang is the end. So any points decision when it was close was always going to go one way.
But again, Zhang, I think
Zhang did deserve it.
Yeah, and I think he'll know this is going to be his last. Hurrah! For a world title shot. I don't think anyone's going to get a bloody world title shot anytime soon, to be honest.
Well, unless they're a UFC fighter or something.
But for Zhang and Joyce, after this, their next fight is their big payday fight.
Yeah. Well, I think that's why Joyce was matched up, isn't it? He was supposed to win. That was the plan, and then you're on that.
You're in
that tier.
I think what was he then? A mandatory for Usyk? I think
he was mandatory for one of them, which I don't know whether it was for Fury or for one of Usyk's else. But that would have been his mega fight.
And fair play to Zhang to coming back over to the UK for it as well. That's what you've got to.
Yeah, you've got to give him respect.
It's not like Joyce was in his backyard.
No.
Zhang come over here. He seems to travel quite a lot.
I think
Zhang, doesn't he?
Zhang, I think he has to really, isn't it? I think it's a bit of a trek to go over there. I don't know how big the boxing scene is. Well, he's a mega star over there, I think. But obviously, most of the fights are going to be this side. Most of the promoters are this side. So you're going to be pushed to come. I mean, it would be interesting to see a fight over there. But I think at the moment he's probably going to have to come this way. If he wins again, then maybe. But then it's whoever he's going to fight is still a bigger draw. So
well, what you've got to look at there is, quickly going off topic, is the Wilder Joshua fight looks like it's
gone,
dead in the water at the minute. So Joshua's going to be wanting to fight January, February, definitely.
Which is good timing for whoever the winner of this is.
So, and that's a big fight.
Yeah.
Well,
I want to see it.
That's a big fight, whether it be Joyce or Zhang.
Yeah.
Joshua against either one of them. Because you've got Usyk tied up with Pergovic.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Deontay Wilder, but you could throw him in the mix against.
Well, he's the other one if they can't get it. Joshua.
Joyce versus Wilder or Zhang versus Wilder. We just need to get some more fights together in that heavyweight division. They're taking too much time off.
Well, I think some of them aren't even having one fight a year, which is just ridiculous. And when you think about like Mike Tyson's schedule used to be, I think he's doing 5 and 6 in a year or something.
I mean, we've discussed it before, haven't we? You look at what Klitschko had, like 60-odd fights. No heavyweight's ever going to have 60-odd fights ever again. But I'm looking forward to the fight. I don't think it's not going to be any different. I think it's just going to be exactly the same as the first fight, and it's whoever lands
a bit more.
Yeah,
basically.
and whoever gets
it's a ward of attrition,
tired.
whoever lands more, and then the other one gets caught in the right way.
Because, like I say, I'd expect Joyce to let's scrap our usual and let's come out and box him, jab, counter punch.
Well, he's got to scrap the plan.
Well, because that's what Zhang did, was basically just counter punched him the whole fight.
I don't think he needs to change his game plan.
And he couldn't miss. It was basically like...
Well, he's basically walking onto him.
Joyce's head just didn't move.
Yeah.
It was like, right, my head's here and it's not going to move. He doesn't know how to slip which is quite strange considering his amateur pedigree.
Yeah. You would expect him to have good movement. For his size, but still have some because he had amateur pedigree.
Yeah.
Olympic. Was he in the? Yeah, he was. He's a super fighter. He's fought Usyk when he was.
When
he was super heavyweight or whatever.
He's got a really good amateur background. Yeah.
Which is why it's surprising that it's just maybe they've just gone for the plan B. Maybe there is more. We'll see.
Who knows?
Yeah. That's what makes it interesting.
I don't think there is though.
I was being polite. I don't think so either.
I
think that's his only game plan.
I don't think there's... I think it's the same with both of them. That's the way they fight. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I say, it'll work with some people. The thing is, they're both big units. If they catch you, they're going to... And I think Joyce has got heavy hands.
Yeah. Well, I think we knew that in the first fight. I think it was the surprise for everybody was how heavy Zhang's hands were to keep going. But I think it's just the quantity of, if the guy's not moving his head, it's not that difficult. We could hit them, it's just, and they're big
I think the problem
guys.
was that they were judging, I think, Zhang off the Hergovic fight and what a stinking fight it was. Yeah. They thought, there we go. That's quite an easy fight, that. It's a good name.
It's got good following and the thing.
Yeah, because a lot of people were saying it was a massive upset. Zhang beating Joyce. I
think it's an upset. I wouldn't have said it was massive.
No, I wouldn't have said it was a massive upset.
I think they were closer. I'll tell you one of the things. I thought he was younger than that. I was pretty shocked that he's 38. I didn't realize he was that close.
I knew he was
age.
quite old, to be fair. I'd have said the first...
And he was in his 30s, but I would have said 33, 34.
I'd have said, if we discussed the first fight, I'd have said it was a 60-40 fight in Joyce's favour.
Yeah.
I'd say this one's 50-50 fight, to be fair. I still think it's a 50-50. I think it is a 50-50 fight. I don't think Zhang is the favourite. I don't think Joyce is the favourite. I think it's a 50-50 fight. They're the fights I like. I don't know who's going to win. Obviously, we want Joyce to win. He's our British lad. Does it change the landscape of the heavyweight division?
I think Zhang he's got a following. It's a bit more momentum. I think if Joyce wins, it gives him the opportunity to call out one of the other guys. I think the nature of it depends as well.
I mean, who's Joyce's promoter? Frank Warren.
Yeah.
You'd go down, wouldn't you? Would they push him onto Fury? Easy fight to make. Quite a big name. Keeps the crowd off Fury's back. Yeah. Easy night's work for Fury as well, to be fair.
Well, I think either of them would be, because he can box, he'll just box around them and that. I don't think he has to go for knockout. He'll just box him out. And he's quicker and far more capable in boxing than either of them. Yeah. I mean, good to see, but it'd be, if they catch him and slow him down a little bit, get a few body shots in and slow him down, Fury. But I think his boxing IQ and his ring skills are far too much for either of them. That would be a huge upset if one of them beat him.
It'd be like Fury Chisora again against Joyce, I think, because they're quite that.
They're not Chisora, but they're similar type of going forward.
Go forward, I can take the punch, box me, and I'll catch you.
It'd only become interesting if they actually catch him, and then he's avoided better fighters than them, Klitschko and Co. So I think but it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, and you've got to take your hat off to Joyce for taking the rematch straight away. A lot of people say, "Oh, you shouldn't take rematches straight away." If you feel like you want to take that rematch straight away,
done something there, then, and I think there is. If you can change it a little bit, then he can. If he just moves his head, there's a better fight there for him.
Like say, I don't know whether they've gone in thinking, let's look at the Hrgovic fight, and this is going to be a.
Well, I think Hrgovic got hit a lot, but obviously he must have a good chin as well, then, isn't it? But he wasn't hit as cleanly as Joe Joyce was.
Wasn't that Hrgovic turning his back a lot in that fight? Wasn't he?
That's the one I told you. Then he looked disinterested, like
what the hell?
But then he'd come out of nowhere and then go, like 3, 4, 5 combinations,
and then go, oh, that's enough.
Yeah, and then have like a breather, and that was just a weird fight.
I like it. Do you know what though? I'm glad that these take out your big 3, 4 heavyweights. You have got underneath them. You've got Joe Joyce, Zhang, Daniel Dubois, Andy Ruiz. Throw that Benjamin Franklin in. Is it Ortiz, the other heavyweight?
Ortiz is even older than these.
Yeah. And
see any of them fighting these two, either of these two, that would be a good fight. I wouldn't mind seeing Ruiz fight these two.
All them, if they start fighting each other, they're good.
I don't want to see Hrgovic and one of them again. That was so bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to see that again.
We're not talking about that one.
But if you get them starting to fight each other, there's really good fights
Ruiz
there.
versus either of them, I think, what's the American guy, the up-and-coming one? Do you think he just said his name,
Oh, it's gone.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
There's an up-and-coming one. I think we've seen Dubois versus Joyce, but it would be nice probably to see Dubois versus Zhang would be interesting. Although I think with Dubois' recent record, he's probably going to...
Yeah, I mean, we'll come on to Dubois.
In the next episode, we're going to be chatting about him. But he's in the mix. I think there's a few of them would be nice to see. And then if we can get the big boys ones done, then these guys get a chance at them. Because it's just... I don't think it's fair on anybody, on us as the people who want to watch.
The heavyweight division,
those guys not giving them a chance because they deserve a bit of a chance.
The heavyweight division, it's stale at the moment. Yeah. It's so
they need to get some fights. I mean, that's where you got to give respect to these two because they're doing it again fairly quickly.
So all the other divisions seem, the heavyweight division is the pinnacle of boxing.
Yeah.
It's the pinnacle of
boxing. Well, it's the one, like, look at the fights we've done. This is the division where people know the fighters. Yeah. They'll know Fury and Usyk and Joshua.
It went quiet. David A brought a little bit of the magic back to the heavyweight division years ago. Then Klitschko ruled it for everyone there was, whether they were great fights or not, but knocked everyone out. And that heavyweight division went stale. Fury come along for a year.
Well, he got everybody excited because it was a changing of the guard, and then he just disappeared, which has sort of upset the apple
And then
cart.
Anthony Joshua brought the heavyweight division right up here, brought it right back. Don't care what anyone says. He's made the heavyweight division super exciting, but now it's on the decline again.
Yeah.
And
Which is a shame considering the fighters you've got.
Yeah,
You've got the four horsemen at the top, and then you've got those guys behind them. And you're thinking, there should be loads of these great... There's really interesting matching up of styles and fights that you could have.
It'd have been... I think we discussed it last year, a couple of years ago. A Super 6 for the heavyweight division would have been... Or a Super 8 would have been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. And it could still be made.
Yeah.
It could still be made. You know, they did it for the cruiserweight division with Usyk, Bradis and all that. Inoue was in the Super 6. I remember the super middleweight Super 6 with Carl Froch, Andre Ward, Mikhail Kessler. And then he did the other one with Groves, Eubank, Callum Smith.
Well, all of them been really good.
And they were really good.
And you've seen these guys come like Inoue and Usyk have come out of them when you're thinking, they are somebody, they fought all them really good fighters.
And that was, right, Usyk was the... But what I loved about Usyk in that, though, is he come out and he went, I'm still not the best because I haven't beat Tony Bellew. And he made sure he beat Tony Bellew.
Which was a good fight as well.
Yeah, Andre Ward, he cleaned up the super middleweight division. And I think if you want to say you're the best now, you have to beat everyone in that. Like you say, the heavyweight division, you've got the four horsemen. You've got to beat them to say, I'm the best.
We want to see them all fight each other because it's like styles makes fights is a really cliched statement, but you could see different ones happening. All right, Fury's had his go with Wilder, but a Wilder-Joshua fight is really interesting. Wilder, even Usyk is interesting. And then like against these two, like Wilder against either of these would be really good. Yeah. Ruiz as like I hate to say warm-up, being unkind to him, he's a good boxer. Ruiz or Ortiz against these guys would be good because they've got a bit more skill, but they're a bit smaller. And any of the upcoming ones, want to do it. Hrgovic, not Joyce, but Hrgovic against the others. Although he's got his mandatory with Usyk.
Do you know what?
But I'm not sure that's a good fight for him because I'd want to wait till the big ones are gone. And then
do you know what though? I'm gonna on Hrgovic quickly. I think give him a tough opponent. I think you're going to see the very best of him.
The boredom won't be there then. I think it's like he's good doing his 9 to 5. He fast clocks in, clocks out.
I remember the first few times I saw Hrgovic when he first started, and I was like, oh my God, this guy's an animal. Absolute
I'd seen some clips, and then I watched the one I got to watch was the Hrgovic and Zhang. And that ruined it for me. Yeah. But I've just seen as the last one. But he looks the same, but you could see that there's something there. There's an animal there. He's keeping it leashed.
Yeah.
Maybe not to scare people away or whatever it is, but like...
Because I remember Eddie Hearn was absolutely raving about him, saying like, even Joshua at one point was going, Jesus Christ, no.
I think he's a better boxer. And there's more there, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit
he's keeping it bottled up, I think.
Yeah. So what's going to be your prediction for it then? Hard one, innit?
Yeah. Well, I think only on past history I'd have to go like 51-49 to Zhang. So, but the same like a TKO. Probably a little bit later, around 8, I'm going to go for. But I could see it going either way. I could easily see the same result the other way to Joyce because I think it's a board of attrition.
I think it's going to be a hell of a fight. I think both of them are going to hit the canvas.
Yeah, I could see that.
And I'm going to go Joyce round 9.
I was hoping you'd say that, then we got both bases covered.
Yeah, Joyce round 9 I'm going to go for.
I think because they're big, hefty guys and they have got chins, I think they're not going to. It's not going to be quick. I think Joyce's camp have got to tell him you've got to do a bit of movement. He's got to get the jab lined up. So I think he'll last longer than last time. I think he'll go more than 6. So I think of late rounds, but I think it will get.
I'm just wondering whether
they'll tie it out.
Joyce is going to target his eye again.
Zhang is going to target his eye.
Zhang target his eye again.
Well, that's the problem now that before he's never really been bruised up or done in, and that's why I'm slightly favouring Zhang. Because he doesn't really have to change his game plan. I think Joyce does a little bit, have to up his game a little bit.
Either way, nothing is going to shock me in the fight.
No.
Nothing is going to shock me.
51-49.
If it was an absolute...
That's what I said.
It could be an absolute bore fest. that wouldn't shock me.
Well, when he said he could box behind his jab, I was like, no, I want to see him go at it. It'll be more interesting. As much as that may be the better game plan.
But no,
because the last one was surprisingly good.
Yeah, it was, and I think we're all in for a treat.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's that for that, isn't it? So 8 round 9.
I look forward to it.
Cool. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, enjoy, and wait for the next episode. Yeah, and comments, please. Thank you.